What's going on everyone, Mike here, and in this video we're having side by side two Android tablets that sell for pretty much the same kind of money over here, around 250 euros. In one corner sits the 2013 version of the Nexus 7, for sure the most hyped Android slate of the moment, and in the other there's the new kid in town, the ASUS MeMO Pad 8. The latter has a larger screen than what we get on the Nexus 7. The extra inch might not sound like such a big deal, but it makes the overall experience so much better. I've never been a fan of 7-inch slates, they're just too cramped for me. That's why playing games, browsing or watching movies is just more enjoyable on the 8-inch display of the MeMO Pad. But that's just one side of the coin. If we're actually comparing the quality of these two panels, the Nexus wins hands down. Its 7-inch screen is not just significantly sharper, but brighter and capable of painting more vibrant colors as well. Regardless, the MeMO Pad screen is not that shabby and many of you will find it good enough, but it just can't compete with the one on the Nexus. The Google Slate also delivers a smoother everyday experience. Apps and games load faster and switching between screens and menu is a lot zippier on the Nexus, while on the MeMO Pad there's some lag, some annoying delay between the time you hit the screen and the moment something actually happens. Many of you might be fine with this, but I for one am not. Regardless, if you're patient enough, the MeMO Pad can handle everything the Nexus can, from games to movies and all sorts of applications. In fact, it does support more types of video files out of the box and does pack punchier speakers, which add extra points to the overall multimedia experience. The MeMO Pad was also able to run smoothly all the games I've tried on it, including GTA Vice City on full details. So the hardware platform is not underpowered as the laggy interface might suggest, and that's proven by the benchmark results as well, where the MeMO Pad 8 and the Nexus 7 are not that far one from the other. Software-wise, the MeMO Pad runs Android 4.2.2, with some light UI tweaks and a handful of pre-installed apps. The Nexus 7 offers the vanilla experience of Android 4.3, and provides the snappy barebone for you to build your own customized device on top of. Even so, ASUS's software implementation is not bad, if only the lag wasn't part of the story. Anyway, these two tablets both pack cameras on the front and on the back. If you're interested in those, fairly good but far from impressive, as you can see for yourselves here. They also pack the standard set of ports and buttons on the sides, but the MeMO Pad does offer a microSD card slot as well, so you're getting 16GB of internal storage with it, but you can expand it with an up to 64GB card. On the Nexus 7 you're stuck with what you're getting from starters, so pick carefully between the 16 or the 32GB versions available. Last but not least, the Nexus takes once again the points when it comes to connectivity options. Both slates offer Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS and a microUSB slot, but on the Google Slate there's also NFC and 4G LTE for the cellular versions. All in all, there aren't many reasons why you should consider the MeMO Pad over the Nexus 7, and we haven't even finished mentioning all the differences between these two. In fact, there are only two important ones, the expandable storage space and the larger screen. For me, the form factor does make a big difference, but even so, I can't really recommend the MeMO Pad over the Nexus, not when they sell for the same kind of money. If the 8-inch MeMO Pad were to get cheaper, let's say around 200 euros, then yes, it could be an option, despite the slower everyday experience, more cluttered software and poorer screen. But at 250, no, I'm not taking the bait. Anyway, I haven't said much about how these two feel in hand. As expected, the Nexus 7 is more compact and lighter, but even so, it's not a one-handed device. You're still going to hold it with one hand and poke or swipe the screen with the other, much like with the MeMO Pad. I do find the Nexus 7 a bit tall, but I also like the overall aesthetics and the back rubbery finishing. The 8-inch pad feels comfortable in hand, especially on this dark grey version with a matte back, as the white one is glossy and more prone to scratches and smudges. However, the MeMO Pad isn't very sturdy, as it squeaks and cracks when grabbed firmer, so you'll need to be gentle with it. The Nexus is for sure stronger, and there's also Gorilla Glass on its front face, protecting the screen from scratches. Anyway, given the larger body on the MeMO Pad 8, I was expecting ASUS to get a large battery on this slate. Instead, they put the same 3950 mAh battery found on the Nexus 7, and the two slates are actually close when it comes to battery life expectations. I've got about 6 to 7 hours of everyday use, about 7 to 8 hours of running videos, and about 4 to 5 of gaming. Not bad, but there's for sure room for improvement here. Drawing the line, the Nexus 7 is my obvious pick between the two. I really enjoy the larger screen on the MeMO Pad 8, but its other aspects can't really compete with the Google Slate. Hopefully, it will get cheaper down the line, and that should make it more attractive for potential buyers. Either way, the MeMO Pad 8 is cheaper than the other known 8-inch tablets available these days, so if you're like me and you're not happy with a 7-inch screen, but at the same time don't expect too much in terms of performances or screen quality, unlike me, maybe the MeMO Pad is not such a bad option for you after all. Anyway, time to wrap this up, but I'd really like to know which one of these two tablets would you pick, and especially if any of you would get the MeMO Pad over the Nexus and why. Please leave your replies below and I'll see you guys soon.